Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is day number 165 of the 365-day trivia road trip. This is a year full of 21-question random knowledge trivia quizzes. There's 20 questions up at the beginning of these quizzes, and there's a question 21 tiebreaker at the end. Whichever player gets closest to that answer wins the point. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck. Question number 1. South of Cape Cod are two large islands popular with tourists, Nantucket and this island, where a high rate of hereditary deafness led to the creation of a unique sign language. William Labov studied the spoken dialect of a people on what island in the 1960s? The answer is Martha's Vineyard. Question number 2. In one version of this story, the title imp viciously tears himself in half after being foiled. But in the first edition of Grimm's Tales, what is the name of this creature that flies away after the queen discovers his true name and stops him from stealing her baby? She figures out that his name is Rumpelstiltskin. Question number 3. Many of the short stories in this collection had first been published in The Token, an annual literature book published in Boston in the early 1800s. What is this collection by Nathaniel Hawthorne that includes the stories The Ambitious Guest and Dr. Heidegger's Experiment? That's Nathaniel Hawthorne's Twice Told Tales. Question number 4. Peter the Great hated this complex and built a new capital city at St. Petersburg in part to avoid it. What is this heavily fortified complex, which includes numerous cathedrals and the current residence of Vladimir Putin, that is part of the UNESCO Heritage Site with the nearby Red Square? The answer is the Kremlin. Question number 5. Rocket scientists calculate the force needed for this quantity to rise high enough to escape a planet's gravitational pull. Objects in free fall accelerate until they reach the terminal type of this quantity. What is this physical quantity that describes speed in a direction? The answer is velocity. Question number 6. Played by John Wayne in the 1969 version of the film and by Jeff Bridges in the 2010 version, what was the name of the U.S. Marshal who was hired by Maddie Ross to help her find her father's killer in the movie True Grit? John Wayne and Jeff Bridges played Rooster Cogburn. Question number 7. James Oglethorpe founded this southern colony as a debtor's prison. In its early years, it served as a buffer between more upstanding English colonies and Spanish Florida. What is this modern-day U.S. state? This former debtor's prison colony was the state of Georgia. Question number 8. In which Edgar Allan Poe's short story does a mysterious branch of the Spanish Inquisition perform elaborate tortures on an unnamed narrator, strapping him under a swinging blade and trapping him between red-hot iron walls and a seemingly bottomless hole? The answer is The Pit and the Pendulum. Question number 9. The 1755 Lisbon earthquake destroyed dozens of churches on All Saints' Day, shaking many people's faith in a benevolent God and serving as a catalyst for this European intellectual movement. Voltaire and other thinkers in what movement promoted reason over faith? This movement was known as the Enlightenment. Question number 10. In Greek tragedy, this group of performers discusses the play's events in unison and serves as a summarizing spectator. The wasps, clouds, birds, and frogs of Aristophanes' plays serve what role, whose name now refers to a group of singers or a song's refrain? The term we're looking for is the chorus. Question number 11. A problem-solving technique often named for this man. These estimates use clever dimensional analysis. Who was this physicist that created the world's first nuclear reactor in Chicago that commonly made broad estimates, such as the number of hairs on a head or of piano tuners in a major city? Sometimes referred to as Fermi estimations, the answer is Enrico Fermi. Question number 12. Although it's not J.K. Rowling, this author also wrote a story titled The Philosopher's Stone. In another story by what man, a boy discovers that the title person is not wearing any clothes? The Philosopher's Stone and The Emperor's New Clothes were written by Hans Christian Andersen. Question number 13. The fictional search engine Finder Spider appears in dozens of shows, including Dexter, X-Files, Criminal Minds, and what long-running procedural drama starring William Peterson and Marge Helgenberger, with spin-offs set in New York and Miami? That show is called CSI. Question number 14. In the 1999 sci-fi thriller, The Matrix, Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, chooses to take what color of pill, which awakens him in the real world, where he is forcibly ejected from the liquid-filled chamber in which he has been obliviously living? He takes the red pill. Question number 15. What was the name of the American social reformer and political activist who was featured on the dollar coin and worked alongside Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucy Stone to create the National American Women's Suffrage Association? Her name was Susan B. Anthony. Question number 16. This fort in northeast New York was known as Fort Carillon after its construction by France during the French and Indian War. What is the name of this fort that was captured in 1775 by Benedict Arnold, Ethan Allen, and the Green Mountain Boys? That was the famous Fort Ticonderoga. Question number 17. Though separated by centuries, Rembrandt and Piet Mondrian share this home nation. What is this European country that was the home of neoplasticism? an art movement also known as de style? The answer is the Netherlands, or back then it was the Dutch Republic, but same place. Question number 18. After the Qin dynasty's collapse, the peasant Liu Bang rose to power and founded this successor dynasty. This dynasty's 4 centuries of power straddle the year 0 AD, and the majority ethnic group of China takes its name from which prosperous dynasty? The answer is the Han Dynasty. Question 19. This first Secretary of State and the third U.S. President organized the Compromise of 1790 with Alexander Hamilton. Who was this man whose disagreements with Hamilton over the proper size of the central government then led to the development of the first U.S. political parties? This third president was Thomas Jefferson. And question 20, located near the Euphrates River, what was the name given to the ancient wonder that was built by King Nebuchadnezzar II to help cure his wife Amethyst's homesickness for Medea's natural beauty? One of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, it was the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROADTRIpVIA. Make sure you check out tomorrow. We're on to day number 166. We're halfway through the month of June, working our way through this summer. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We post new quizzes just like this every day. This weekend we have 2 different quizzes that were submitted by viewers. We've got a Trish and Tom quiz and a Dave and Jeannie Junkins quiz. So we've got good quizzes by good quiz writers coming up. Here's question 21 for today, today's tiebreaker. This is the number of circles in hell in Dante's Inferno. A J.D. Salinger short story collection is titled for this number of stories. What number is it? The J.D. Salinger short story collection and the number of circles in hell in Dante's Inferno. Whichever player gets closest wins the point. The answer is 9. If this was a tiebreaker, whoever just won that point or whoever got closest to it wins the game. Congratulations. See you tomorrow.